Heyo, Antonio. This one was heavily requested, and the good news is that I finally finished my testing and I'm ready to share my results. At the beginning of the year, I did my daily disposable contact lens buying guide for 2021, and you guys loved it. So since then, I've been testing out all the monthly replacement contact lenses that were available to me to find out which monthly lens was the best for your needs. I wore these lenses to work, I wore them while playing sport, and I also wore them while hanging out with my friends. I'll be grading them by their ease of handling, comfort, price, and what I personally think about them. So without further ado, let's begin. There are 4 brands that currently dominate the monthly contact lens market. Alphabetically, they are Alcon, Bausch & Lomb, CooperVision, and Johnson & Johnson. And for the record, I used toric lenses because I have a bit of astigmatism. So all my testing is based on the toric variant of each type. Starting with Alcon, their flagship monthly lens is the Air Optics with Hydroglide. They were first introduced in 2016 and have taken the place of the Air Optics Aqua that debuted in the late 2000s. Air Optics is the name of the lens, or the material if you will, and Hydroglide is the wetting agent polymer that allows the lenses to maintain surface hydration. Alcon state that the Air Optics should stay moist for the entire month because the benefit of the Hydroglide matrix is that it is embedded into the lens itself rather than being applied like a coating. So in theory, they should not degrade, but we'll see if that holds true. It also includes what Alcon call the Smart Shield technology, which guards against lipid deposits, something that was seen in its predecessor, the Air Optics Aqua. Remember how I talked about the wetting angle in my previous video? Well, a wetting agent is basically a matrix that allows the water or moisture to stick onto the lens, therefore making it feel more hydrated. It works by attracting water molecules to the hydrophilic surface, therefore allowing it to be wetter. The water content of the Air Optics with Hydroglide come in at 33%. The DK/T value is 138 for spherical and 108 for toric lenses. They do not protect against ultraviolet, but they do cater to astigmats by offering a toric option, which is appreciated. The ease of handling was good. I found this lens to be relatively more rigid compared to the competition, and that for me makes it harder to apply the lenses, but easier to take out. If you feel the same way, then let me know in the comments below. The comfort level was really good for the first week, but as I got into my second week, the level of comfort did decline, carrying on to the weeks ahead. By week 4, I didn't feel comfortable wearing these lenses. A big part of my work involves looking into a slit lamp eyepiece, for which I need to keep my eyes open for. Otherwise, you run the risk of missing minor details. But if I'm constantly needing to blink due to my contacts feeling dry, that impacts my productivity. So I do not see myself wearing these lenses for work. The price is perhaps the highest amongst the competition, and I do not think it is justified. It makes me think that if I can get a better lens for cheaper, then why would I use this lens? Especially if it doesn't protect against ultraviolet. I hope Alcon can come out with a new lens that has an unbeatable level of comfort that incorporates the water gradient technology like the one seen in their daily disposable portfolio, all the while maintaining the comfort for an entire 4 weeks. But until then, I cannot highly recommend this lens to people as there are far better alternatives out there. Next, we have the Bausch & Lomb Ultra with Moisture Seal technology. They were first introduced in 2014 and show off a 2-phase manufacturing process that first forms a silicon backbone and then is wrapped in a wetting agent. And Bausch & Lomb claimed that it should maintain 95% of the lens moisture for a full 16 hours. They claim that it should prevent moisture retention blur, which is when your vision gets blurry due to evaporation of your tears. The toric variant of this lens also shows off a proprietary technology called the Optic Align design, which is supposed to control spherical aberration, which ultimately reduces halos and glare even at nighttime. The water content comes in at 46%. The DK/T value is 163 for spherical and 114 for toric lenses. They do not protect against ultraviolet, but offer the option of toric lenses for people with astigmatism. The ease of handling was good, as it was soft, making it comfortable to wear, and quite often I forgot I had them on. And thanks to the softness, they were a breeze to put in, but a little bit difficult to get out. The first 2 weeks were awesome, But by week 3, it started to feel a little bit dry, and by week 4, it was not comfortable to wear. The price is the lowest compared to the competition, and I think this lens is great value for what you pay for. So if you're price conscious or working on a budget, then this lens is something that I can highly recommend. I think Bausch & Lomb have done a great job with this lens. I didn't have any major issues wearing these contacts, and especially given the price point, I think it is incredible value. However, I couldn't feel a significant difference in the amount of halos or glare I saw between the optic align design technology versus other methods of stabilization seen in other lenses. Bausch & Lomb is the smallest company in the midst of the contact lens juggernauts listed in this video, but it seems to have a strong portfolio of contact lenses that outperform other lenses at their own game, not to mention a more affordable price point. Next on the list is CooperVision Biofinity, and this one's a classic, debuting in 2007, and since then they've come out with a revision called the Biofinity Energiz in 2016, which is the exact same lens but equipped with digital zone optics, whatever that means. So I won't be covering the Energiz in this video, but I'm planning to make a separate comparison video on these two lenses, so subscribe if you don't want to miss that. The Biofinity have what CooperVision called the Aquaform technology, which is also featured in their daily disposable lens, the MyDay, that boasts no coatings, no surface treatments, which results in a high oxygen transmissibility. The water content comes in at 48%, the DK/T value is 160 for spherical and 116 for toric lenses. They do not protect against ultraviolet, but offer both a spherical and toric option. The ease of handling wasn't a problem. The lens was soft, making the wearing experience more comfortable. However, when I went out to play basketball in them, I found that the stabilization of the toric lenses were not that great, giving me blurry vision whenever I moved my eyes too quickly while tracking the ball. The lenses felt great for the first 2 weeks, and as I got to week 3 and 4, I could really feel that the lenses were struggling to keep hydrated. The price sits at a midpoint belonging to the median amongst the competition, and I've enjoyed fitting my patients with Biofinity lenses for a very long time as it has a great track record for success rate. However, with other companies coming out with newer products, I do worry that the Biofinity may not be the gold standard it once was. The Aquaform technology is marketed as the most breathable contact lens, but when you stack DK/T values against one another, it doesn't perform as good as the Bausch & Lomb Ultra. I hope to see CooperVision coming out with a better lens in the future, especially when there was a 9-year wait just to have the exact same lens with just different optics. Nonetheless, due to the great track record that Biofinity has built for over a decade, I will still recommend this lens for avid contact lens wearers. Next, we have Johnson & Johnson's ACUVUE VITA with HydraMax. Straight off the bat, we can see that the material of the lens, Senofilcon C, is very familiar to another lens that we're also very fond of, the ACUVUE OASIS lineup. But despite the name being similar, they are architecturally different. And the difference is what J&J call the HydraLux, HydraClear, and HydraMax in the ACUVUE OASIS 1 Day, OASIS 2 Weekly, and the ACUVUE VITA respectively. J&J seriously need to do something about these names. They are not intuitive and it confuses everyone. Anyways, the water content comes in at 41%, the DK/T value is 147 for spherical and 129 for toric lenses, the highest we've seen in a toric lens so far. They do protect against ultraviolet and offer both a spherical and toric option. The ease of handling was comparable to the Ultra and Biofinity, and the differences were negligible. The comfort was probably the best amongst the other contenders, maintaining its moisture for a full 3 weeks and then later declining. The method of stabilization used on this lens is known as the blink stabilized design, which has its upper and lower parts of the lens made thinner so that your eyelids hold the lens more steadily. And thanks to the design, when I went to play some tennis, my quick eye movements did not bother the stabilization of the lens, therefore allowing me to see clearly throughout my games. The price was where this lens blew me away. They do not seem to be significantly more expensive than the competition. And as a practitioner, wanting to improve the quality of life of my patients and save them money at the same time, I believe this lens is quite unbeatable. It wouldn't make sense for me to recommend something else that is more expensive and doesn't perform as well as the AccuView Vita. So from testing out all the monthly lenses that were available to me, my personal favorite is the AccuView Vita. It performs well, it's comfortable, and in most cases, you will not pay any more for this lens compared to the competition. And that just about wraps up my quick 2021 monthly contact lens buying guide. If you wanted me to cover any of these lenses in more depth, or would like me to cover a different lens, then please let me know in the comments below. But as always, if you learned something new, or at least found something useful, then yay, thumbs up to you. If you want to thumbs up back, then they'll be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.